actually doing a big change of plans.
It financially wasn't in the plans, and it wasn't in the plans even in time-wise.
My hip was really starting to act up. We're doing something a bit risky.
Get that one if you can. I failed as a captain today.
No, front. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. A lot has happened since the last we've seen you guys. In the last video, we were in Sopper's Hole, if that's how you pronounce it, and we got groceries and we headed back to Little Yost. It's our favorite island. We decided let's take some time off from filming and relax, and of course, that's when all the bad things happen. So right now, Matt's picking up our stern anchor and we're getting out of here, and we're gonna catch you up on all of the stuff that's happened off camera. Stern anchor's up.
Stern anchor's up, so we gotta crank it up and get the hell out of here before we end up on shore.
I'm in here. Tell me if I should put gas. Okay, turn gas. We had to leave. We're actually doing a big change of plans. The first thing that happened a few days ago off camera was I completely ate it on the deck. I flipped around, fell, I tripped over a rope or a line, and somehow I ended up on my back with my feet up in the air. It was one of those falls where it was like, I had to laugh. I fell on the floor, and when I realized what happened, I laughed because I was like, wow, that was pretty dumb what happened. And then I was hoping no one saw me, so I looked around, no one saw me. And then I thought I was fine. A couple days later, my hip started to really hurt. So I think I sprained my hip, so if I'm moving weird or, you know, hunched, it's because I sprained my hip is what I think. So it's getting better, but it still hurts pretty bad.
Right in the second tragedy, besides Kristen ended up on her back with her legs in the air, which, you know, I wasn't too mad about that, but I was sorry she got hurt.
I got injured.
Hey, it happens. But the second tragedy that befell us here on GBU this week was my outboard engine had a problem. We were out in some big waves and I tried to put it in reverse and my shifter cable broke. Thank God I was able to throw it in to drive, but then once it went into drive, it got stuck in drive. So, or forward, excuse me. It's something I started getting into to fix, and then as I always thought would happen if I ever had to work on this engine that's about 7 years old, is a lot of the bolts, 2 of them started snapped right away. So I can't really take it apart to fix it, so I'm calling around to outboard shops. I'm gonna see if maybe I could get it repaired, but I'm thinking it's gonna be time to go ahead and get a new dinghy outboard. And breaks my heart because I got a lot of memories.
That was not in the plan.
Well, no, definitely financially wasn't in the plans, and it wasn't in the plans even in time-wise. We're going kind of against a time crunch here now. But yeah, sucks. I had a lot of good memories with that motor, and I wanted to get a few more years out of her.
So the third thing that changed our plans this week is that my parents are actually taking a cruise, and one of their port stops is St. Thomas. So since we're what, hours away from there. We're going to sail back, but that means we're on a big mission today to get our outboard motor, check out of the BVI after we already got our 30 days. We're gonna check out and then we're gonna head back so we can see my parents for the few hours that they're gonna be in St. Thomas.
Yep, and that's why I got the full sail out. It's a little overpowered today, it's gusty, but we have to, in the next 2 days, get our outboard, check out of the BVI, sail back to St. Thomas, and we have to stop off in Red Hook because we got some packages too, right? So we want to stop off in Red Hook and get some packages. So we're beating feet, we're ripping it. And right now I'm only going 3.2 knots.
So where are we heading?
Right now we're going to Nanny Cay. That's the first place to get the outboard motor. And tomorrow we can easily make that run, stop in Red Hook, get our packages, and be in St. Thomas by like 4. Then your parents get here Monday. So rock on, Glenn and Diane.
We got big missions ahead of us, but we're not gonna fail.
But you know what, it's good though. You take these missions and we never sail against the clock. We'll sit in anchorage for 10 days and everyone just comes and runs around us, but sailing against the clock is fun. You know, it's pushing me out of my comfort zone with my sail plan today and running around and getting things. It's gonna force me to anchor in some tight spots. So, you know, I'm developing as a captain.
Come along
today.
for the journey.
Roll tide! All right, so we knocked out the first third of the trip in 45 minutes, so that's good. But now the sailing part is over and we're gonna be motoring the rest of the way because we have to duck and dive through some channels, and if we tack all the way through it, we'll never make it in time, so let's go.
So we're doing something a bit risky. There's nowhere really to anchor around here, and obviously we don't have our outboard motor to go very far. So we are going to be, I guess, going next to a seawall in a marina so we can run in and get the motor, buy it and leave. But if you guys remember last time, we went into a marina and we went to a, what is it called? A slip, that's what it's called. When we went to a slip, we crashed. So to tell you I feel nervous is maybe an understatement, but we got our new engine, so we shouldn't have any problems. It's just the first time, it's gonna be scary. Get that one if you can.
All right guys, so I thought I could walk her in here. It's really common here. I thought I could just walk her in without a fender and then throw the paddleboard down, but I didn't. I hit the seawall again, very, very softly, but you don't have to hit it very hard to put a scratch in it and a dent in it. So I failed as a captain today. I don't feel great about it. I messed up. I should have put the fenders out, taken extra time, taken an extra loop, but that's what sailing against the clock gets you. Bad decisions. So we went with the Yamaha 15 2-stroke. It was the cheaper one. It was between that and a Suzuki 4-stroke, but the 4-strokes are heavier. Obviously you don't have to mix the oil and all that jazz, but I think a 2-stroke is better for cruisers, and it's going to be lighter. It's going to be just better all the way around. So hurts to spend that money, but moving forward. All right, so as you guys saw me whipping that thing on here, much lighter. I'm really in love with that. A lot easier to handle. I was able to carry it through there, which was like super simple. That was something that was really not doable with the old one. It was really difficult to get that fat girl through here. So I'm excited to move forward. I'm excited to get out of here, but we are way behind. And now we got to figure out our checkout process.
It's been a couple days, it's been a few days. After that whole event, the crash and getting the new motor and doing that whole thing, my hip was really starting to act up, so I decided to take rest, heal myself, see my parents, and we did all that. My hip is feeling much better, so thank you, sweet baby Jesus. I'm doing better now, and we are now heading off. We got a crazy weather window where the wind is going, what?
It's blowing from the west to the east.
Yeah, which obviously never happened, so we're taking advantage of it. Since we're back around St. Thomas, we decided to sail to Coral Bay. If you didn't see in a previous video, we tried to sail there, we had to turn back. It was a bad weather time and it was a whole big ordeal. But now we are heading down, and we're actually going really fast right now, aren't we?
We're going along pretty well under just the head sail. And yeah, we're hitting 5-6 knots occasionally, and 4.7 at the moment, and it's going really well. It's fun when the wind's like this and you get to sail a little more deliberately instead of having to tack and figure things out and run against currents. This is finally the fair winds and following seas that everybody dreams about. But yeah, it's been great. I don't want to be too cool, I just want to be a little bit cool. Oh yeah, cool guy alert. Am I cool or am I not cool? I can hardly tell.
A little overpowered there. Matt almost fell out of his hammock.
As you can see, the way the hammock is laying, it almost launched me straight out. Probably not the safest way for a captain to ride. But yeah, we just came through the mountain, and I guess we came around the mountain. And I guess through here, there's nothing blocking it for quite some ways. So yeah, we started yeeping pretty hard there.
All right, we're on our way. We've been able to sail the whole way so far. We're about 30 minutes away, and then what are we, anchoring, or are we grabbing a mooring ball?
We're gonna anchor unless I see a really great mooring ball.
Hopefully it's not too busy up in there, but if you guys have noticed, I'm wearing an island muumuu today. Matt's already made fun of me 100 times. Right? You hate this thing? My island muumuu?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't mind the muumuu.
No, he made fun of me.
I think you get a tie up. It's just, my mama used to wear those all the time at the pool when we were kids, so it's kind of like, it's giving mama, as the kids would say.
It's my new vibe.
Alright, so we're furling in our sail, getting pretty close, and we're almost to the anchorage. I'll say it'll be there in 20 minutes or so, 15 maybe. And I'm hoping that there's somewhere to anchor. There's a big liveaboard community here in Coral Bay, so hopefully they left one spot for us. Boat's only 37 feet, so we can probably find something pretty quick.
We made it to the anchorage. Matt is checking the anchor right now, making sure it's stuck. And we think we might go to land. We might go to the famous Skinny Legs restaurant that everyone tells us has, that was Matt. That everyone tells us has great burgers. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of donkeys out here, so I'm pretty excited. We're gonna go to land and see what we can find. Saved Matt the embarrassment of wearing my island muumuu out in public, so I changed my outfit. I wore it out in public earlier, but he didn't advise of it.
You wasn't saving me from wearing it. I wasn't gonna wear it. All right, before anyone comes for me in the comments, I did not say anything about Kristen's muumuu other than general friendly roasting. Had she worn it out, I would have been just as proud of my bae as I always am every day. So don't think that I said change your clothes, because I've never been that kind of man, and I never will be that kind of man. But if you think you're gonna wear a muumuu in front of me and not get roasted, think again.
It's an island muumuu. There's a difference. This week has been so crazy that I just realized we forgot to give you guys an update of our new outboard and how do we like it. So we'll get into that a little later in the video. But for now, we made it. We're on land. This is a crazy dinghy dock, and there's tons of dinghies around here.
You have to put your legs up.
There's your skinny legs.
Look at this. Ain't got no strings to hold me up, to hold me up. The burger was 7.5, 8 out of 10. It was really good meat, well made. Could have been a 9, maybe 9.3, but the sides just weren't available. It's potato chips, which I can't stand. Or you could get a salad, but the side salad was $5. So if I'm halfway to another burger, why would I just get 2 burgers? But, and they call it skinny legs, but they should call it skinny legs with big buns, because the buns were huge. So when I was watching things go by, I was like, oh Lord, these are massive burgers, but just a regular sized burger with an enormous bun. So great marketing, skinny legs. I'm not mad at you on a business level.
But we didn't film it because we were so hungry.
We didn't film it because we sailed all day and I just had to.
And I forgot.
And we also forgot, and we forgot our bug spray. Kristen's been eating alive, so it's been, you know, a hostile environment here. All right, we're hiding by this mailbox because this big scary goat came out with one horn, and the goats are not shy in Coral Bay.
We just decided to make a quick stop to check out the grocery store in Coral Bay, and it was stocked up. The meat was still limited a bit though.
The meat was light, and we decided, yeah, we could come back tomorrow and get the meat, but then we thought to ourselves, how many times have we tried to do that?
You see the meat and you're like, okay, they have some, and then we go back to the grocery store the next day and there's no meat.
All gone. It just takes one super yacht to come in and clean everything out. Them boys got deep pockets. So yeah, we bought some ground beef, some chicken thighs, and a chicken breast. So we'll at least be able to guarantee that we will survive. So that was good. We bit the bullet and ripped it. All right, so as my co-captain Kristen promised, I gotta tell you all about my new little kicker right here. This is the new dinghy muscle. It's been doing really, really well. There are some differences though between this one and the old one. The main difference is the old one was black, this one's gray, and that's about all I know about it. Just kidding, I'm a dinghy engine genius and I know everything about them. This one is
I don't know about that.
This one, I've learned a little bit over the years though. This one is a 2-stroke, which we would have originally purchased, but you can't get them in the US for EPA reasons. But out there in the beautiful Bevis, you can do whatever you want. So the difference between a 2-stroke is, a 2-stroke, the oil goes into the gasoline. So you mix it so you don't have to do like oil changes and things like that. Aside from that, they're pretty much the same. They have a carburetor and all that good stuff. Another thing is that it's much lighter. This whole thing is like 87 pounds or something like that. And the profile is even smaller, so it's so much easier to handle getting on and off the boat. And it's better because it doesn't have that oil pan that if you drop it in the water, it's a lot easier to just pull the plugs out, pull the cord till all the gas and all the water goes out, spray a bunch of WD-40 or brake fluid in there, and or not brake fluid, but you spray a bunch of cleaner in there and they're a lot easier to get running again if you do happen to drop them in the water. So it's just as fast as the old one, maybe a little bit less fast, but I'm thinking maybe because we're breaking it in and we have a lot more oil in the gas, so maybe that gas isn't quite burning as good and it might speed up even more as time goes on. But I'm really happy with it. I'm thrilled. Only pros is lighter, equally as fast. Cons, it was like $1,000 more, and it makes white smoke because you got to mix the oil and the gas. But I love it so far. Do you like it, Kristen?
Yeah, I like it, and I like the the gear shifter.
Yeah, it's got an actual shifter here that Kristen can put it in forward and reverse, so she doesn't have to deal with the old one.
The old one I had to use 2 hands.
Yeah, it had everything in there, and so this one's going to be easier for her. She's going to build confidence, and she'll be taking more dinghy adventures.
Alright guys, well this was an eventful video. I still can't believe we crashed into the cement dock.
Everyone does. Don't feel bad if you're someone that crashes into docks and stuff. Down here, there's $1 million catamarans that I see with all the wrap ripped off from hitting docks, hitting fenders, the bing bongs rubbing on them. So boats are supposed to get wrecked. It's just what they're made for.
I don't know about that. There's things that they make so you don't bounce into the cement walls.
And you still do.
But anyways, it was a stupid thing. We look back and we don't know what we were thinking. It was just a pressure cooker and we were like speed doing decisions and it just led to...
Well, when you have to go against the time, you're going to make mistakes. I didn't want to go back out, pump up fenders. That we have to pump ours up. I didn't want to strap something up to the side. I didn't take any time. I should have took a little more time, one more lap. But the problem is I went in and looked and I turned a lap and then I looked in again and a boat was coming out. There wasn't enough room for both of us in there. So I was like, oh, okay, I can't really see in there. And then as I did that second loop, boats came in behind me. So I'm like, I just got to get in when I get an opening so that if I do hit something, it's my own boat and not somebody else's boat. So realistically, we're all safe. We have a tiny, tiny boo-boo. And you know what? That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sue me.
It's okay. We better learn for next time.
Yeah, we should do fenders next time, but I didn't think that it was a...
We know you didn't think anything of it. Basically, I didn't really get a plan, and that's why I did the shaky arms. Like, she said, "What am I doing?"
She said, "I don't know. Who am I?"
I did one of these.
And it reminded me of my dog Ray. Back when I was a bouncer and we were, fighting with bikers and stuff. He used to do that when stuff was about to pop off. Obviously, we were little bouncers, so it was scary for us. But he would do that. I don't know.
Yeah, when you don't know what to do, your arms do weird things.
I never did that.
Get out of here. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you share this video and give it a thumbs up. Check out our t-shirts. We've seen people say still they haven't got their shirts. We also have not gotten our shirts. We reached out. We tried to do the best we could. I guess Teespring, or Spring is what they call it now, is company. The company, they got new warehouses and basically they're catching up.
They're redoing the company that's going to be making it better for everyone. More abilities to get different shirts, and it's going to make things faster in the long run, but they had a regime change, and that's what took the time. We've been on the phone a lot back and forth with them because we don't want you guys spending money and not getting the product, and we appreciate the support of the Double D, the Dead Dolphin Enterprises.
They did give us an email for you guys. I'll leave it in the description if you're having trouble with your shirts. I don't know if it's a different email than what maybe you could easily find yourself, but I'll leave it there because that's what they told us to do.
Straight up.
Thank you for everyone who's bought a shirt. Make sure you check them out. And check out our Patreon. We're leaving updates. You would have known in advance that we crashed our boat and my injury. That, thank God, I'm better now. And anything else? That was our first injury on the boat for all the years.
Everyone's always like, what if you get hurt, Matt? And Kristen can't do the thing. First of all, I don't get hurt. Real ones.
I get hurt, I guess.
Wolves don't get hurt.
Neither of us ever get hurt except that one time.
Yeah, I mean, you split-splatted and you ate it. But for me, my whole life has been pain. So even if I'm hurt, it is what it is.
Here we go.
I came from the
Here
hood
we go, guys.
by myself.
Here we go.
Holding it down on the block.
Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you guys.